Okay, right? Chelsea Coffey here at Coffey Break, and I am so excited about this video. It's pretty cool because I'm sitting here with this amazing group of people, and this is a Coffey Break special edition. It's our Battle of the Sexes, and Valentine's Day is coming up, so we thought that we would take advantage of that opportunity to talk about relationships. So, everybody would please introduce themselves, starting with Shanti.
Hello, my name is Temia Balogun. I like long walks on the beach. Sorry, this is my life.
Hi, I'm Temia Balogun. Hi, I'm Janae Ladet. Hi, I'm Olaide Sanusi.
I'm Marquez Flemming.
I'm Keagan Harley.
I'm Oluwaseto Abidakun.
I'm Idehen.
I'm Tobe Nwigwe. And I'm Jeffrey Idehen.
Recording
live.
Taking advantage of this opportunity. Oh my gosh, alright. Well, that set the tone for what we're going to be working with today. We are going to kind of do a series of questions. The last video that we did like this, it was just girls, so I think it was a little biased. So this is a chance for guys for you guys to stand up for yourselves and give us feedback on the topics that we tend to assume about. So let's just dive right into it. You guys ready? Okay. Top qualities that distinguish a woman between being a girlfriend and a wife.
Well, since nobody wants to speak.
You know what? Here we go.
No, I really ain't got nothing on top of
We
this.
should have that. We should, right?
Yeah, that's a no.
I would say, I think one of the top qualities I would say first is someone who's seeking after the Lord. And I think also someone who's content in who they are. I guess for me personally, before I met my wife, a lot of things that I observed in, women, particularly within, I would say even in the Christian world, but even outside of it, it's just that they weren't content in who they are. So there's a constantly rearranging, which you can see by just always changing their hair or their makeup, their outfit. And you may be highly fashioned, but I see sometimes, I think it has something to do as well. But with the content of your heart, you can see that there was something that was a discontentment. So I think you really have to be content in who you are. And I think the only you can do that is if you're seeking the Lord at the end of the day. So I think that's the number one quality, at least for me.
To build off of that, really, I guess for a woman to be, fully whole on herself, right? So just being complete on herself, not looking for a man to complete her. I think that's like a big thing, but that really goes hand in hand with, does she know who she is? Does she know who she is? So yeah, that's a big deal right there.
And just real quick to piggyback off that.
To piggyback off the piggyback.
To piggy off the piggy. One quality I would have to say, the distinguish from girlfriend and wife is you have to be driven. You have to have some type of intrinsic motivation that, it really doesn't come from the extrinsic force or outside force that, you have to have your own initial push towards whatever it is that your goal is or your dream is, your vision is, stuff like that. So with me specifically, you just gotta, I have to feel like, with being with you is gonna help me get to my next level more. You know what I mean? Something like that.
So I think the biggest thing would probably be to make sure that that person compliments them and that you guys are just like iron sharpens iron, just making sure that you guys are both growing together. Because if there's no growth, then you won't be able to get to that place of marriage where you can, then develop a family and, because that's the ultimate goal is to like be able to have a good foundation and to be able to have children.
For sure.
And actually, one other thing that comes to mind is she has to be able to receive well. And what I mean by that is what I've observed personally is there tends to be sometimes of an entitlement mentality. Because by nature as men, anatomically speaking, we're meant to give and a woman's meant to receive, just straight from a physiologist standpoint. So, but what you see though is that, some women have this entitlement mentality. Where, he opened my door. And yes, he's supposed to do that, but at the same time, there should be a graciousness about receiving that at the same time. And so I think that distinguishes a difference between a woman and a girl. So I think that's really a strong quality as well.
Okay, so let's take a step back then, because I'm really big on the mindset that everyone's a product of their environment.
Sure.
And sometimes, it takes So for you guys, I think maybe the direction I'm gonna go with this is how flexible, and this is for everyone, are you in terms of being willing to, you know, teach that lesson? You know, maybe you don't just say, oh, she doesn't think twice about me opening the door, but at the same time, where do you draw the line in terms of what you're willing to kind of give and take with?
I was trying to give somebody a chance, but all right. Well, look, so just when it comes to that whole type of situation, I feel like you got to see your need, right? No, seriously. So if you feel like somebody's not doing something that you know, you feel like, man, this is something that I really want this person to do, see your need. You do it and you like show them the way.
Okay.
You know,
Okay, so here's my question though. So, and it goes back to my original question actually. How long do you wait?
Oh, how long am I going?
Yeah.
Oh,
to
okay.
see. Because I think the thing is, it's only fair that you give some degree of flexibility. You want the person to do the same thing for you. But at some point, there's going to be a cross in the road and you're going to say, okay, you know, this is something I can deal with. So do you guys have like some type of indicator or like what is it that you guys normally do to like draw the line in the situation?
I think it just comes down to observing. You know what I'm saying? You build a relationship, whether you're friendship or you say, oh, this is a perspective you observe. It's not necessarily going back to what you're saying, everybody's a product of their environment. Everybody has a level of maturity they're trying to excel at. But at the same time, I might not be where you are, you might not be where I am in different aspects. So I think if you just lead, kind of what Tobe was saying, lead by example, but at the same time observe where this person is. Then you take your time and you say, okay, this might be something I can deal with, this might not. I can see where this person is getting this from because some past issue or something that they're dealing with internally right now, and then you judge from there.
Certainly, and just to piggyback on that,
Piggyback to
I think, you know, we see red flags all the time when we're dating someone, and I think it's so important to pay attention to those and not necessarily give everything a free pass because at this point we are grown and people are pretty much established.
Right.
They are who they are, and you can accept it, but ultimately you cannot change anyone, and the change has to occur from within. So I think it's so crucial that we pay attention to red flags, we accept people for who they are, and like keep all of that in mind as you are absorbing this person, because ultimately it's the hugest choice. Like this is the person who you're going to be with for the rest of your life. It's important to pay attention to those red flags.
Okay.
And I think also you get a piece about it, because Shamsi and I are very, I mean, there's some things that we have in common, our foundation, Christ first, but I think there's some personality traits that are very different. And yes, do not squeeze a tube in the middle. Nevertheless, you're supposed to start at the bottom and go to the top, but we're not going to go there today. It's not a counseling session. But nevertheless, I think it's important for us to, because you can't go into a marriage or build even a relationship foundation, whether it's a friendship or even dating, expecting to change someone. And so for me, it was, can I be at peace? And actually, I spoke with Pastor Jeremy before Shamsi and I officially started dating, and he said if absolutely nothing ever changed, could you still be happy with him? And so
that is so good.
That's like,
that is so good.
And he didn't give me a yes or no. He just left me with that question: if nothing changed, could you still be happy with him? And so
I'm gonna take notes.
I did, but I think in that I walked away with a peace that I know that I know even in our differences that we're supposed to be together.
That's awesome.
And it's kind of like God gives you a grace for that person too, which is
Exactly.
and I think that's like a huge indicator as well. Like if you have a grace for this person.
And there's a quote that I heard, is by George Washington. Said, in matters of style, swim with the current. On matters of principle, you stand like a rock. And so I think you have to differentiate, is this a matter of a style and I can adjust, or is this a matter of principle and I can't move? And if you really look at a lot of things, they're really just a matter of style. We make them in the principle.
Right.
But when you really, really, really love somebody and you know God has called you to be with this person, you'll adjust and you'll move. But if you're not able, and I think that honestly should be a red flag, is that if you're that so bent in your ways that you're not willing to adjust with somebody that you know God has called you to be with, then more than likely you've heard God wrong.
That's around here in the Lord's room.
Right when I met you, the day that I met you, you turned my world around. We fell in love.
He's so funny. Can I just pause? He was like, oh, you tell that brother went to school.
Anybody quote George Washington?
You show